Welcome to the Footy Wrap, the first week of the finals. Septopia, Paul Hogan and Jeff Wortman with you again. Paul.
Oh, excited.
It's so exciting.
I've got one right now.
We started off on Friday night with Port Adelaide doing away with West Coast by 3 points. West Coast,
what a thriller.
Will get another chance, but they're pretty depleted.
Yep, a game decided on Ben Cousins' hamstring.
And then on Saturday afternoon, Hawthorn with a thrilling 3-point win with Buddy Franklin kicking a goal with like 7 seconds to go.
A sad departure for Mark Rasciuto.
Yeah, and on Saturday night, Collingwood beat the Sydney Swans with a commanding performance. And then today, my God, did Geelong underline their superiority with a very polished performance.
They had their way with North Melbourne.
I just want to share some of the excitement of Septopia. I was at Collingwood, Sydney on Saturday night.
Right.
Just took some bootleg footage. I'll just send it to the camera via Bluetooth.
Fantastic. Oh, it's like being there.
It's not the greatest footage. I just wanted to share. Yeah. It was a very exciting game.
We were in the Bogan section.
Collingwood were brilliant. My God. Anthony Rocco, who looked like he'd done his knee early in the game, came out and played one of the games of his life.
6 goals.
And Rusling was good. Cloak was good.
Looks like Collingwood have a forward line.
They look good.
Well, I was there, of course, today to see Geelong absolutely demoralise the Kangaroos. The Kangaroos have not been demoralised like that since the year 2000 when Essendon did a similar thing to them in the first week of the finals. And I got some hot footage. So I know I'm not as fancy as you, but I'm going to Bluetooth that one as well.
They beat them by over 100 points. And I heard after the game, Dean Laidley took the players into the rooms. And not even the assistant coaches were allowed in, and he spoke to them for 30 minutes on their own, just the players and the coach.
Do you think he might have just picked out a player and beat the crap out of him in front of the others? Corey Jones, come over here. Get me a phone book.
We probably don't have any bootleg footage of Saturday afternoon, but
yes,
it was an amazing game.
Buddy Franklin kicked a goal in the last 20 seconds.
Buddy Franklin kicked 7 goals, as a matter of fact, and Hawthorn, who looked like they were gone with 10 seconds to go, Buddy went back from outside 50, he kicked this amazing goal.
Yeah, you have to tell him, because I've got it.
Have you actually got
somewhere? I've got it under Weekend Love.
Hang on, that's not Buddy. What are you doing there? Was that 2
of them? Double trouble.
Here's the Buddy Franklin footage. That's Buddy kicking the goal. That was amazing.
Big hello to Letitia as well, and her friend. Didn't catch her name.
Red light means we're recording.
Good. After 22 weeks, I sort of realised that.
23, this is the 23rd.
Well, whatever.
It's a good number.
I wasn't here for a week because I went overseas. So.
The West Coast Eagles have been a powerhouse for a long time, Paul, and finally it looks like there's some chinks in the armour.
Yeah.
We've seen Chris Judd, he is playing at about, not even 10%, like about 5%.
And look, admittedly, he had that great purple patch of 3 minutes.
Yeah.
But I think his purple patch around his groin grew and grew.
He doesn't want to really kick the ball at all, does he? He just wants to give it off all the time.
And you can tell that his brain wants to do one thing, but his body just can't do it.
Yeah.
Which is something I've always dealt with as a sportsman.
Daniel Kerr's not going to be back for the rest of the year, so their midfield has been decimated. And given that, they did a pretty good job against Port Adelaide, because Port Adelaide are polished. And this is some footage, we have to show it, but it's very unfortunate that Ben Cousins has twanged his hamstring and looks like a pretty bad one.
Yeah.
So he won't be back for the rest of the year.
But the big news about Ben Cousins' body is the ink that he's gotten done,
that's right,
as they say it in the hood, across his tummy.
What did he have? He had...
Such is life.
Which is...
Ned Kelly's final words.
I thought it was Banjo Patterson.
No. Ned Kelly, before he was hung from the gallows.
Right. So
that's what he said, such is life.
So what do you read the significance of that being like when you saw that?
I think he fancies himself as a modern-day Ned Kelly.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like a bit of a sort of renegade.
Yep, definitely. And, of course, Dennis Cometti made a few comments about...
yeah, that's right.
About
he said he was going off to get some ice.
After his injury.
Thought, was that an intentional pun or bad taste by Dennis?
I don't know. I'm not into bad taste. Incidentally, did you see that
Neither am I. This is just something my mum brought back for me from London.
Actually, SBS wants that back because, at 1 o'clock they've got to put that on for 4 hours.
Port Adelaide were pretty impressive. Geelong were impressive.
Mm-hmm.
They were slick and they were fast, but Port Adelaide looked very good. I thought Sean Burgoyne didn't play probably his best game of the year, but Peter Burgoyne. If they both play well, it's a frightening prospect.
They've got power forwards, Daniel Motlop. How much do you love him?
Yep, the Hoff.
Yep, they've got a reliable backline. I can't mention any of their names other than the Burgoyne brothers.
Yeah, and they're all a very committed team. They seem very committed to the cause.
And they're pumping out babies as well, in the process of the game. Mark Williams' wife popped out her baby.
Because he said he would go to the game not the birth.
Well, that's what happened, because Mark didn't know that the baby had actually been born until after the siren rang. And he had to make that split decision as to whether or not to run off to the hospital or celebrate on ground with his favourite mates from the club.
So, what do you think about that? Like, it's a age-old question, isn't it? Go to the birth of your child or play in a grand final?
I think it's inconsiderate of the mother.
Yeah.
Because I think that, you know, given this modern
should have had a
game
test on Friday.
Well, or,
Thursday night.
AAMI Stadium have got some fantastic facilities there. So maybe just sidle her up there in the coach's box and, you know, pop one out. I mean, I'm sure that, you know, Mark Rasciuto probably has a doctor that follows him around everywhere. He's had so many injuries. Maybe they could have just borrowed that doctor from the Adelaide Football Club and sat him there in the coach's box and, you know, got the forceps out.
Geelong have got their eyes on the prize pool. There's no doubt about that.
They're cruising through.
Yeah, they are. I was at a press conference earlier last week, and Tom Harley and Bomber Thompson just had me chat before the game, and have a look at this. Tom Harley says to Bomber Thompson that he looks exactly like one of the contestants on Australian Idol, which he does actually.
So I was watching Australian Idol the other night. There's a bloke who looked like you about.
Looks like me.
Yeah, did you see him?
Yeah. He did a bit. He couldn't sing though. Sing as good as me.
Did you? Yeah.
And here's a picture of the guy that he's lookalike. It's a pretty good likeness, I have to say. But I haven't watched Australian Idol, so I
love it. He did a good job, that kid, but he went with the John Farnham song and he just wasn't strong enough for it.
I don't really pay much attention to that or Big Brother. Big Brother's like pulling teeth.
Not into reality TV.
But we look ahead to the finals.
Wow, because, you know, there's someone that's on a reality TV show at the moment on Foxtel. They're singing Office. Someone auditioned and they got on and they look a little bit like our Jay Wortman.
Yeah.
And he's on it.
Only so I could get a couple of days off work.
No, roll the tape, roll the tape.
Of course you know Footloose.
Alright, into the chorus we go. Working so hard, I'm punching my card. 8 hours forward, ooh, tell me what I got. I got this feeling that time is holding me down. Ow!
I was partying like it was 1985.
You certainly will. Kenny Loggins, is he dead? Because he's rolling in his grave.
I think he plays for the Brisbane Bullets.
I tell you what, mate. It looks like they really twisted your arm for that one.
Yeah, well,
you really looked like you didn't want to be
I
there.
got 2 days off work, so that's why I did it. So,
loser.
And the other game obviously is Hawthorn versus North Melbourne at the G.
Well, good luck with those two games.
And so Geelong and Port Adelaide get the all-important week off.
Yep. So have fun with that.
Maybe you could audition for one of those reality TV shows that you seem so fond
Well, maybe I will.
Yeah. Well,
Australia's next top model.
Well, I don't think that's your go.
You're looking at him.
I don't think so.
Well, don't you hand out fashion tips? The test pattern over there.
Well, it's slightly better than the last time Mum went to Scotland. She brought me back this Celtic beanie. That was a...
Well, maybe you could audition for High Five. You could be Jub Jub's number 2 man. Jub Jub.